Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lock Pod. Season 9 finale.
Wow, we made it. Well, not yet, but kind of made it.
Thank goodness, by the way.
Season 9 ends with underwear on Tom's
Yeah, what's
mic.
up? But you can't get over that underwear.
I don't know where to put them. Because
Well,
we
how
don't
about
have
away?
shelves.
How about just like away?
We don't have shelves.
How about like on the ground?
Why? I just want people to know.
Is it because you bought 20 of them?
I do
Yeah,
have-
that's right.
I
He's
am
got
trying to
extras.
figure-
He's got many. He can throw them anywhere he
I'm
wants.
trying to off him to Chase. Chase saying, oh, Dad bought me underwear. We'll have to ask him about it in season 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some Chinamen wore those like 2 weeks ago, and now they're on your
Wait.
mic.
What? You can't say Chinaman.
Why not?
Well, I think you could say China man, but I don't think you can say
Chinaman.
Chinaman.
Like,
What's
one
the
word or two
difference?
words?
Would
Is
it be
that
a
one word or two
Chinese
words?
man?
The way John said it, it's one word.
Hold it, John. Did you
Chinaman
mean
is-
Chinaman or Chinese man?
Whichever one's not going to get me canceled. That's the one
There
I
you go.
meant.
He's
Yeah.
a Chinese man, 2 words.
Chinese man.
Chinese man.
There you
That's
go.
right. No, I don't think a Chinese man.
I think a
was
man
wearing
from
his-
China.
Man from China. If you say Chinaman, you get canceled.
Chinaman.
Right? You can't be like some Chinaman was
I don't
wearing
think
that.
you can say that.
If you
Or-
do,
no, it's
you're
Chinaman.
canceled. They will
That's
Yes,
cancel
I
you.
agree,
cancel one.
John. I
That's the
agree.
cancel,
That's the
yeah.
cancelable.
What's
one.
that?
John,
Chinaman.
he's
That's
just
the
trying
One
cancel
word.
one.
You're just
Tom's just
pointing
trying to
that
get
out.
you to keep saying it.
No, we're just pointing it out for the audience. We don't want them to fuck up and
No.
be canceled.
That's right. Don't cancel us,
So
especially
you-
in the season finale.
So if you're saying there was a
Appropriate,
Chinaman
though.
wearing that last
No, you
week, you get canceled. But if you're like, hey, there's probably some Chinese man
some
wearing
dude
this,
from
like-
China.
Right. No, I don't
Yeah,
think there
that's
was a
fine.
Chinese
Yeah.
man. I don't think there was a Chinese man wearing it last week, John. They're clean. They're new.
Not last week.
Maybe it was like
Maybe a
quality
few weeks
control
ago.
in China.
That's
had
what
to,
I'm
like,
They probably do.
Work
I hope
on
he's.
it, wear
I hope
it.
he's a clean Chinese man.
Oh,
like
sure.
China.
he should like
There you
shave
go,
his
John.
body. If you're gonna be trying on underwear like that, you got to shave. You can't be leaving like spare hair.
Who knows, man? I just want it gone.
I almost got a fight on the way to the studio today. No,
What?
not really.
It's
A
But
fight
some
on the
road
way to the
rage.
studio.
Road rage. Road rage.
But
action.
I mean, we're
Not
old
me,
enough now
not
that
me.
we're not road raging,
Not
right?
me.
Yeah.
Not this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
were
wasn't-
raging last night, but maybe we'll get into that
we'll
later.
get into that. But so I'm driving, minding my own business in my Mustang, and I'm next to I'm driving, and then I get through a yellow light barely, and then I notice this car behind me is like hauling ass like 2 blocks behind me, and it goes through and like stops
red
traffic.
light?
Goes through the red light, stops traffic, and this person's flying, coming up on me.
Whoa.
I'm in my Mustang.
That's dangerous.
They're in like a Ford Escape or something, flying, going like on the boulevard.
But you notice this in your rearview mirror.
I see it because I barely got through the light, and she came in like 3 seconds behind
But
me.
it's behind you, not in front of you at
She?
this point.
She.
Hot-
I didn't know
Whoa.
it was a she. I would have figured it was
Women
Chinaman?
some.
drivers.
I figured it would be some jerk off actually, but
Maybe
it
a
was
guy
up
from
being
China.
Right. Well, anyway, this lady is like coming up on me quick, and I'm like, what a dick. Like, and I'm like looking at my rear view. I'm like, she's so lucky she didn't hit anybody.
I
right?
agree.
So I'm in the fast lane, just sort of looking at my rear view, and she's coming up on me real quick, and I could tell she's going to go for the pass. She's like, this guy's driving the speed limit. I'm going 70, right? She's literally
And just
going-
ran a red light.
just ran a red light going 70 on the boulevard, so she goes for the pass in the slow lane, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm in my
no,
Mustang,
you got a
right?
blocker.
So
Gotta do
and
it.
there's a panel truck up there, and he sees everything going on, and I haul ass. I'm in my Mustang.
Sure.
You're not passing
just
me.
kick
I don't
it.
care. I kick it, and then she's like trying to pass me on the right,
Wow.
and I get up to the panel truck, and I go exactly the same speed as
I
the panel
love
truck.
it.
And she is
that'll do
raging
it.
behind me. She's like,
I love it. Oh, my God.
like I can see her. She's like whirring back and forth, and then she goes into the middle lane. Not even a lane.
Like
I'm
the,
gonna pass
the
this-
shared turn lane?
Yes. Now I'm going to pass him this way. And the panel truck and I
Whoa.
are sort of looking at each other, and he's like laughing at me because he sees what I'm doing,
Nice.
right? So she goes to the left to pass me on the
Oh,
left.
no. Now what do you do?
I freaking hit the gas. And I'm like, you're not getting in front of me, lady. So I'm like, and she couldn't pass me. And she's like, ah! like raging at me,
And
right?
Tom's just ignoring
And
her.
I was
Yeah.
totally like, cool. Like, I don't even notice what's going
Right.
on. I'm just
I'm
like,
just
Listen to Grateful Dead.
and I blocked her out from passing me to the left as well, or to the right as well.
I hope
And
she
then I
didn't-
forced
could've
her
been a head-on
into a turn
collision.
lane.
Oh,
no,
my.
she went into a turn lane and had her
Forced her
turn
to a
off.
turn lane.
Whoa.
And I was like, bye.
Have a great day.
You're like Ricky Bobby.
I was
Yeah.
like Ricky Bobby. It was.
Shake and bake.
I'm like edgy. After
Jill,
the
thank you for the nut roll, by the way.
nut roll. Kevin
It's a
like,
great.
was
Love
very
it.
excited when he
Love
walked in with
nut
that,
roll.
Joe.
Love nut rolls.
By the way, we're literally going into the show flying naked. Is that fair?
Not totally, no. I mean, we've got some notes, but it wasn't because Fest is going on. It's hard to pre-show, and we're all pretty busy during the Fest and gets done late.
So if it's a lower quality than you're used to,
they're not used to.
Is
much
that
lower.
possible?
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
this is going to be even lower
it's
than
low
you're used
quality.
to. This is going to be way lower quality than you're used to.
But we are.
So you're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen.
And by the way, I don't want to forget a couple things coming up after ads today. One important thing, and that is a couple of Tom's buddies, U.S. Navy veterans from the submarine Hyman G. Rickover.
Yep.
Will be on the show, talk sub talk, and to just make fun of Tom.
Not even sub talk. They're here to rip on me. Let's be honest.
That's it.
I got Navy buddies in town, and they're coming on the podcast this morning.
And they're in town for the fest, right?
They're in town for the fest. They rented an Airbnb.
That was nice.
So I went to their house last night. And I was like looking around. I'm like, yeah, it's a nice place.
Is that why you have the same shirt on as yesterday?
Thanks, Jill.
Wow.
Thanks, Jill.
Wow, Jill.
I am. It is. Jill was like,
that's
walk
a
of
fe-
shame. I'm like, no walk of shame.
That was a great question.
I didn't get my full use out of my shirt last night. This is my party shirt.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
you
wore my
didn't-
party
you
shirt
didn't
last
party
night,
that hard
and I got
yesterday.
sharted on as soon as I walked in by the band. We're going to talk about that, though.
Yes, we're going to have a fest update real quick right now.
I didn't get my full use out of my party
You
shirt.
did not. Well,
I literally got slammed.
but
last
it brightened
night.
the day up. I still
No,
love
it didn't.
that shirt.
I wanted to freaking tear some heads off with my party shirt on last
yeah,
night.
and that was no
Yeah.
fun.
It's been an edgy 24 hours for me.
Yes, but at least you got finale.
The incident driving in this morning, and then last night was classic Tom McDermott at the
It
festival.
was a classic.
We haven't had
night.
a good rager like that at the fest since
No.
Black Crows, probably.
No,
No.
yeah, there's one more.
REO Speedwagon.
REO the second time.
It was the lawyer for
The
REO
second
Speedwagon.
time.
Him and I almost came to fisticuffs.
Yes,
Well, verbal for sure.
verbal fisticuffs, which lawyers are good at.
Yeah.
So
we got a show for you. It's not very well planned, but it's going to be funny. I
well,
promise.
let's we got some really good photos of the fest. I wanted you to kind of.
Oh, we're just jumping right in, huh?
Well, I thought so because I mean it's.
I can't
fest
read
week.
with these glasses on.
No, you can take those
They
off.
look
You don't
cool.
need to read.
They look cool. I don't want my guys to see me.
So we got some really good photos here, just for those that aren't familiar
Okay,
with the
so-
festival grounds. Tom's gonna take you through.
So we're gonna. I know that I'm gonna describe it for the majority of our audience that's listening. But so what we've done so far is we had Wednesday. Wednesday was Shantae and Ja Rule, and then Thursday was Country Night. Last night was
Brothers Osborne.
Thanks. I'm like,
It's okay.
I got like 5 hours sleep.
No
let's
worries.
be honest, right? But Wednesday was a rainy /
It was
tornado.
miserable.
It was like scary all day. First off, it rained all day pretty much, right? Like
And hard.
soaking, drenching rains, which is bad for a show because
And bad for the parking.
it's going to affect your parking. It's going to affect people because they're like, I don't want to go there and get all wet.
I don't want to sit in the lawn
Right.
seats.
I don't want to get mud all over me. So you lose audience for sure.
And this was the night where there were tornadoes at O'Hare.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there kind of like on the edge of the storm, the southern edge of the storm. And like, I know I called the mayor at least twice about it. And we were both looking at it. We have a group of people looking at the weather. And we were kind of like, okay, I think we are going to miss this. And you were like, we're fine.
Yeah.
Don't panic yet.
I didn't, there was a chance, but Kevin and I get into a weird spot when it's a show night and it's rainy because
Kevin has to be your lawyer.
but capitalists start coming out because first off, we want the show to go on. I don't want
Without a
anybody to
doubt.
think we want the show to ever get rained out. I don't want anybody to think that.
And they are rain or shine shows.
Right. But I want you to know what our Grand Slam is. What is our Grand Slam, Kevin? What's the perfect night at the festival like for us?
The Grand
financially?
Slam would be we have rain insurance, so a quarter inch of rain between 6 and 10 p.m. and,
then
the
the
show
show
goes on.
That's
like a quarter inch of rain between 6 and 6:15.
Right.
Limp Bizkit.
We did.
Limp
Limp
Bizkit.
Bizkit.
Limp
Classic
Bizkit, right,
example.
right.
So, give you an idea. So, on the night of Limp Bizkit, it was epic, by the way. They played a freaking awesome concert in a pouring, driving rainstorm, right? Epic. I'll never forget it. I was so much of a fan after that.
and the
right?
fans loved it.
Dude,
Oh
it
my
was so
God.
cool. But, for us that night, we sold a bunch of tickets to the concert, and it poured. So, we got our insurance. So, we got our money back.
Yep.
And we got all the ticket sales.
And all the beer sales.
And everybody that came to that show has a hell of a story to tell.
Absolutely. In fact,
it was epic.
I think didn't Limp Bizkit come back? We had them
They
twice,
came
right?
back.
So
They did the rain first, and then they came back
right.
again,
So in the
right?
second one, I just remember all the social media chatter about. Remember when we
Dude,
were in the rain
I'll
with
never
them at
forget
the?
that.
You're right. It was.
There was,
great.
how about at the festival? How many rainstorms do you guys remember? I remember a couple.
There's usually a good one.
Charlie
once a
Daniels
year.
band
Charlie Daniels got rained
out. Oh well, he was on for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then he
OJ's
stopped.
got rained out.
Too
Lost
Le-
our money. We
Too
didn't have
Legit to
insurance.
quit.
Yeah, MC Hammer. That was
MC
one of the.
Hammer
That
was
was one of the
Oh,
worst.
that was
storms.
like a flood.
Ludacris.
Dude, that was the storm that was coming to the festival during MC Hammer on the radar was white. It was like so dark. They went past purple and they're like it's just like white.
John Kennedy told a story last night about, or maybe it was Wednesday night when I saw him. He's like, I just remember the MC Hammer concert and Tom going to me, Kennedy, get the hell out of here,
Dude,
Like,
we were
gotta-
telling our friends like,
Yeah.
dude, you got to go. And then so we didn't. We've changed a lot since the
Yeah.
fest. We're way more.
I was trying to think of some other rain shows.
This
Like
was-
Ludacris rained,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, pouring rain.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the concert.
Mhm.
But at MC Hammer, I probably nowadays we would have let that concert go way earlier than we did.
What do you mean let it go? Like
we like told everybody to get out of there. We
without a
stopped
doubt.
the show.
Without a doubt.
I was being capitalist mayor, and this is early. This is over 10 years
You're
ago.
getting much better about that.
Yeah, no, about safety, right. Early on, we were just happy to see a big crowd. And we have MC Hammer. We have a big crowd. We were just happy. And then I have like my buzzkill patrol that's like, Mayor, we got to shut the show down. There's a cloud in the sky, right? And then I'm fighting with this person always, whoever the buzzkill patrol is. Kevin oftentimes is part of the buzzkill patrol. And then it's me like fighting. So the buzzkill patrol shows up this night and they were legit.
Buzz Killigan.
They were like totally. There was a freaking like a monsoon headed right at us, and it was like not even halfway through the concert. So I'm like, dude, we are not stopping this show.
Wait,
we finally
gotta wait.
I'm always like, you guys always do this shit. We finally get a big show. We're finally making money, and you want to kill it. So we're going through this kind of stuff, right? And then MC Hammer plays which song before?
Too legit to quit. It was so classic.
It was so perfect. Too legit to quit. Bump, bump. Too legit to quit. And then he's like, okay, I'm out of here. Everybody take care.
I remember there being like a big lightning strike. Not near us, but like in the distance. He was like, all right, we're out.
So the last song is Too Legit to Quit. I go up on stage. I grab the microphone. I'm like, seek shelter now. And like it was like a monsoon let loose.
I think the Buzzkill squad just had their heads down at that point.
Buzzkill squad was totally right on MC Hammer night. They're not often right, but they were definitely right on that night. And we learned a lesson, and we all had meetings after because we have to have meetings. Everybody likes
and I
meetings.
think now it's true. And now we have
I sound like Trump now. Everybody's meeting after.
Now we have a standard operating procedure and emergency protocol.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Slides and
John, we have standard operating procedures.
SOPs, baby.
Thank God for
And
standard
actually,
operating
John
procedures.
I don't know what any of those are.
Jill, they did
I'm in
all
the
this.
meetings and I don't know what
So
they
this
are.
is how it works. They're like, so we were like last night, or another night, I'll be like, hey, let's do this. They're like, oh, we have a standard operating procedure, Mayor. And I'm like, well, I wasn't part of this fucking meeting, right? Oh, you guys usurped my power at the standard operating procedure.
I think there's
right?
always an asterisk
It's a coup.
that says at the bottom that says, or whatever mayor determines.
Yeah, it's like, how come nobody talks to me about this bullshit until, oh, sorry, Mayor, we have a standard operating procedure that says we got to do it. It's like,
You wouldn't last 2 minutes in a standard operating procedure meeting.
The corporate
True
world is not made for Tom
story.
McDermott.
No, that's a true story. I would be like ADD boy.
But John actually, we were at a concert, I think, on Northerly Island in Chicago, and we saw these slides. Remember, John?
Oh, yeah.
They were like weather slides, and John actually has developed them and modified them for the fest. So like we have like
Green, yellow, red.
yeah, green, yellow.
How about
red
this?
weather slides.
We saw Kevin and I were at the Dead Show.
What?
Yeah, well, this was at Wrigley Field, and we saw something, and we took it right back to the fest. We like filmed them.
Oh my God!
It was the mobile. It was the mobile ambulance in the audience.
Yes.
It was so awesome. I'm like, I want that. It was so perfect because we do have incidents where we have to get out into the crowd, get somebody, and get them
Medical.
out, right? And they made like a mobile ambulance at Wrigley Field.
Yeah,
and it was
and so now
cool.
And now the Hammond Fire Department, the firefighters have these like kind of like vests on. That
Yeah,
are
it's
bright,
like-
They
bright
look like
red.
they're wearing light up jock straps. Honestly,
but it
they're
works.
not
That's on
aesthetically
Smitty, not us.
pleasing.
So I want to see this in action tonight. I have a feeling.
Well, hopefully not. We don't want anyone.
No, I agree. But like
Oh,
sometimes
it's gonna happen.
I had to pick my dad up one year. We had to go in.
We did.
People fall. Like
Yeah.
people go down. And my dad one year was overestimating his ability to hang out in the pit of a concert.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's 73. He's gonna like mosh with everybody else, and didn't work out so well one year.
No, I think he got dehydrated.
They're like, "Your dad is down." I'm like, "What? My dad is down." So
They got
my
him
dad
out of
doesn't
there,
mosh
though.
anymore.
No, he's
That's when we
his
came up
moshing
with
days are over.
the mayor's box.
Yes.
It's like I don't want my dad moshing anymore. I knew it was trouble when he was crowd surfing.
Let's just put him up here.
Yeah.
But these are some good photos, John. You threw them up. This is a great, one of the advantages of being a sponsor is you get to go up in this really cool double, second tier, double decker, what do you call it? Rooftop
Stage.
deck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
stage and stuff. That's really cool. So that's the view from up there. And you could see the beautiful pavilion in Wolf Lake in the background. We're only about, a quarter mile, half mile from Lake Michigan from there.
We've been doing a lot of talking about that building,
Yeah.
about how it's sort of obsolete already in a lot of ways.
Well, kind of like weight,
was obsolete
structurally,
when I built it.
structurally weight-wise.
Weight-wise.
Yeah. like-
Obsolete as far as if we wanted to get like a big act. Let's say, for instance, Dave Matthews is like, hey, I want to play the PAV. You would think that
I would
first.
die.
I agree, Joe, but we have enough room, no doubt. We could easily do it. We could accommodate the cars. We could accommodate the crowd. We could put on a great show. Our technical equipment is awesome. The only limiting capacity for the PAV is we can't hold enough in the air. It's like not weighted It doesn't hold enough weight in the air. So for us to get in these big acts, we would have to do a modification to the PAV that allows us to hang the heavy equipment.
Yeah, because a lot of times what will happen is initially when we start talking to bands, they'll ask for structural requirements, and Jill has a really cool tech package that she'll send out. And several times they've come back and say, "Hey, you guys don't have the right weight. We can't put our light show. We can't do our weight."
So like we get axed right off the bat, and we want to be. I want this to be like Northern Ireland.
So the good thing, Mayor, is that there's already in place kind of what we're doing is we're taking a look with the structural engineer along with the original architect of the PAV, Tom Kuhn, who's looking into it with the structural engineer and how to modify it to make sure we get weight.
And how much it would cost.
Yep, and of course, the $64 question, how much it'll cost.
So let's say it was like an extra $2 million or something to make it so that we could actually hang the heavy stuff. I'm not even kidding you when I say that we can get a band like Dave Matthews to play here. Because we could put 15,000 people in there. We know that. Paid customers. And when you start doing the math, if you charge appropriately, so if we said, okay, Dave Matthews is coming, let's just use quick math. If you charge $100 a head, that's what, 1.5? $1.5 million, which sounds like a lot of money, but it's really not because the stage, is, everything costs so much money. And Dave Matthews himself probably makes at least $1 million every show.
He's going to be expensive too.
At least $1 million every. And if he's only making $1 million, it's because he's being nice. He could probably make 4 or 5 if he wanted to.
One of the other things that kind of was cool this year that we instituted, and just to make it even more accessible, and this is a challenge that the mayor has given to his staff over time to make sure that we're ADA accessible in many manners. And I think that's, by the way, it's a really cool thing that you've done to kind of challenge us in that regard. We have American Sign Language interpreters, which I didn't even know existed for different genres of music.
Yeah.
And this is a picture of a couple of the folks that were there last night. I know Cassie, I met her. She's from Austin, Texas. And these folks do country. The night before, there were rap ASL people
they were like
there.
dancing and signing.
Yes.
They were good.
It was
so
good.
cool.
It's so interesting to see. John,
It's on the TikTok.
John, you
But
love
they
it,
would
right?
only do like one song each because they were exhausted after each song. Because
They
they're like
rotate in and
rapping,
out.
they're like signing the rap, and they're dancing while they're doing it. It is freaking cool.
Yeah, John texted a lot. He's like, I've been mesmerized by these guys.
Yeah, I was just standing there watching. What was her name from Austin?
Cassie.
And they were switching out. They were so into it.
Yeah,
Very
dude,
cool.
it was cool.
Yeah,
Man.
it's really cool. And by the way, I thought my favorite was when Twista is known as the fastest rapper of all time,
dude.
and the ASL guys, man. I was like, man, that guy's gonna need a break after Twista.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it's good.
What else we got?
That's Ashanti and Ja Rule together on the stage. Very cool people. I got to meet both of them, and I didn't know much about either of them. I didn't really listen to their music, and I downloaded their common music yesterday, and I really liked Ja Rule.
Agree.
Ja Rule's
I love his voice.
He's so cool. Like as a person. How about this? So we knew he was going to be an easy guy to deal with when I get word Ja Rule's in Byway Brewery. I'm like, what?
One of our sponsors.
One of our sponsors, Ja Rule's in Byway Brewery, and he is literally just chilling. Like he goes to the Byway Brewery, sits with his back against the back wall, and faces the rest of the audience, and just sort of like posts up there. He's got his bodyguard with him, and he's like checking email, just like checking messages, and people are walking up and talking to him, and he's cool, taking pictures. He was so accessible and so cool, which is amazing, by the way. When I meet an artist like that,
it's like, okay, we're all real people here.
Yeah, and he is like a down to earth, cool dude.
His manager, Arnie, who we had an opportunity to meet and talk with, was such a good guy. He actually said, you know what, we were actually, because I said, oh, I heard you were at Byway. He said, yeah, we were thinking about staying downtown, and then it was like an hour and 20-minute ride with traffic, and we just decided to stay here in Hammond at the Home to Suites.
Yeah, man.
He's like, it's great, no problem.
Yeah.
Loved lunch.
So Marissa tells me the story because she loves Ja Rule, and so does Trisha, my sister-in-law, who's in town also. And they hear he's there, and they take off. They go straight to Byway Brewery, right? And she tells me this story. She's like, first off, she went up and said, I'm the first lady, blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
And he was super cool to her, right? Because he's a cool person, okay? And then she said it was funny because her and Trish stayed and had a drink, and they were like, the big bodyguards were there guarding him, right? And she goes, and they looked really tough, and they were cool guys.
So fun.
Right? But they were like intimidating,
Sure.
like big dudes.
Oh,
and he's a
these
famous
guys are,
guy.
I'm not kidding, these guys are like 6'8".
Yeah, like
6'9".
350.
Yeah.
Like
one of the,
big dudes.
yeah, and actually another funny story. One of them was called
Shorty.
but
Right.
Tom kept calling him Tiny.
Tiny.
And he was like, no, it's Shorty.
Yeah, that was a bad mistake.
It's a synonym. It's fine.
So
It's
anyway,
true.
so the big bodyguards are there, and then the Byway Brewery wanted to be nice to him because he was so nice. He stayed there for like 2 hours. Byway Brewery gives him a complimentary dessert. It was like one of their brownie things or whatever.
Delicious.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the brownie thing comes out, and he's like picking at it, and Marissa's like, and I was watching the bodyguards, and they're standing there, and she's like, they were like holding their composure, and then she goes, and after like a minute, all of the bodyguards were like at the table, like they were all like bent over eating them. It was funny.
That's
so,
cool. Well, yeah. Well, that was a
cool
great
dude.
show. And
by the way, a good, perfect example. Kevin was talking about his manager being a cool guy. Doesn't surprise me because he's cool. Jarul's cool. And wouldn't you want somebody representing you that's similar? There's a reason I'm saying this. Okay,
right.
There's a reason I'm saying this because Jarul's cool as hell. His dude's cool as hell. I didn't really get to talk to Ashanti as much, and when I did talk to her, she had her inner ear in, so we couldn't communicate.
But she seemed real nice and had a very small kind of entourage, and they were really nice. A lady that did her makeup, and then a guy that kind of ran with her wardrobe. So
it was cool.
Her mom was there, right? It was her mom's birthday.
Oh, is that who it was?
Oh, no
her mom,
way.
Miss
Yeah.
Tina. I didn't know that.
Miss Tina was her mom.
Is that true? Maybe
She
maybe
said
not.
it, yeah, she said it on stage.
Oh,
they sang happy
wow.
birthday to her.
I
to
did
Miss
not know
Tina?
that.
Oh shit!
I mean,
man.
I don't know what her mom, if that's her mom, but she said, "Hey, my mom's here." And
Wow.
I didn't want to forget this, and this is important. This is really cool. Tom, why don't you go ahead and describe what
This is the mobile command unit that was lent to us for the festival by the Lake County Sheriff, Oscar Martinez, and I want to thank him and his staff. He not only sent out the mobile command unit, East Chicago helped send police officers. I know there's some Lake County sheriffs out.
Yeah, East Chicago sent several cameras, which is really
cameras.
cool.
And so when I tell you, so this is me looking at the weather coming in, and it was
On Wednesday.
That was ugly. It's like a mini hurricane out there, and we were like skirting all day. We got it the whole show in, which is great. But let me tell you something about the mobile command unit. When I walked in there, I was like, holy crap. I could see every nook and cranny of the entire park. I'm in Jill, like, don't go to, don't do anything you don't want on camera. That place is under surveillance, like the whole place.
It's amazing, and they can focus. They can zoom in. They can zoom out.
And they were showing us. They like clicked on one person, and
Yeah.
we were sitting there looking at this person. And this guy's just sitting there. He had no idea we're looking at him, right? And then we go out, and we start driving around, and we're
There
like,
he
"Hey,
is.
there's our guy right there." He had no idea. We were just like watching him and following him around the park on this camera system. You could literally like follow people around.
It's
So
really
cool.
amazing. It's just also amazing how much security and stuff has changed over 20 years. I mean, think about where you were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we have these like detectors, metal detectors, all this stuff that when people come in. And I think it also, John, do you have the picture of all the police just kind of gathering? I mean, this is another, I know the mayor's always made security a big deal at the fest, but just over time it's become.
There's 70 Hammond police officers right there working the festival on Wednesday and on Thursday. 70 police, and then everybody says, well, the rest of the city is totally unguarded. No, actually. So I have 70 police officers working the fest, and I have 20 Hammond officers on the street. We have 20 officers on the street at all times. On Christmas night, at midnight at Christmas, there's 20 officers
The point
on the
is
street.
nothing changed.
Nothing changes. So the street patrol remains the same. These guys are on OT, and our bill is very high. We do. A big cost of the Festival of Lake is police overtime.
But I'll
Let's
tell
be
you,
honest.
worth every dollar.
Hell yeah.
And
How many
I
guys-
think people appreciate it.
You go to the festival, and you feel like I'm in a safe environment, which is exactly what we're trying to do.
Wait, do you think those cameras could see like behind the southwest dumpster?
Yes.
Of the,
Without a doubt.
asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
John, we already
They see everything.
we clipped that video.
Oh,
for
that's
season
coming
10.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Season 10, John.
Premiere.
Do not take a piss behind like
Who
every
said it was a piss?
That
Who
was
knows
the
what
least
John was
of it.
doing?
every square inch of that park is covered. It is amazing and makes me feel good. But like, yeah, it's Big Brother for sure, but it's safety, which is more important than Big Brother, in my opinion. So.
Are you? You had another big announcement this week, and that was the fact that something sold out for the first time.
Oh, look at that!
was-
That's me giving the speech to the employees.
Oh, this is great. So this is another annual kind of like tradition. Mayor Tom gives a kind of a pep talk / rally speech for the people that are going to be working at the fest. And
I
this is-
said 100,000 people are going to come through this park in the next 5 days, and it's our job to make sure they all get home safely. That was the moral to the story. And it's like, if you see something, say something. This is us to our employees. Let's have fun, but we're in charge of this park, and we're in charge of the people. We're not going to tolerate any bullshit. If anybody's trying to fight, if anybody's too wasted, they're out of here. Everybody in that meeting got the same page. We're all like going through, we're the blanket. I was like, I don't care if you're picking up garbage. I don't care if you're a police officer. We're all on the same team.
Yeah, and you had
About
like a
safety.
very nice 3-point speech
Yeah.
that day. It was great.
I'm trying to.
Sermon on the Mount there. It was like Sermon on the Mount on that.
That is
You're like
for sure.
Jesus.
I am. Yeah. There was. And then I walked across Wolf Lake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's some sandbars out there. It's possible.
He just started walking
I parted the waters and I walked to Hagwish. I think that was in the
Into the-
Bible somewhere.
into the
He
tornado.
shall walk across Wolf Lake to Hagwish.
Wow, what a story! And this is just a cool.
Remember that year the mayor walked across Wolf Lake to Hagwish? That was
It
crazy.
was amazing.
Yeah, I'll
Right
never
after he
forget that
gave
year.
talk to the employees.
And then after he walked across water, they were like, I'm going to listen to that guy.
I think I better start listening.
There's something about him.
Another thing that Tom has instituted is the social media team, which is a bunch of young people that are awesome.
TikTok team.
TikTok team. And this is they have pink shirts on, so please see them.
Right.
And this is one of the ones that one of the pictures they took, which was really cool.
That is a great TikTok team picture.
I know the segue you're thinking of, Tom.
I crapped on the TikTok team last night, man.
Oh,
It wasn't their
poor
fault.
kids.
Dude, it was not their fault. It was not my fault. But I was like, I saw the TikTok team. I'm like, this ain't happening. Get out of here.
Tom is on fire. I don't want to forget for you. I want you to be able to announce what you did earlier this week on TikTok, which was you have a sellout going on.
Lil Wayne sold out.
The gold section.
The gold section. We do have silver section available still, but the gold section sold out, which is awesome.
Yeah, and by the way, I think what I've seen since that time, it's you kind of predicted this because I remember you saying that after you did that
Secondary
quick TikTok,
market?
you said, Kevin, it is going to blow up. People are online like, where do I get 2 gold tickets? How can I get tickets? Who has tickets available?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
awesome.
So it's exactly as you predicted.
Yeah, so there's a secondary market for it.
Absolutely, there is.
Wow, that's
it's
awesome.
like DM me if you have tickets. DM me if you need tickets.
Right.
It's going all over. I saw it on Facebook. Is
That's
where
really
I saw
cool.
it. But yeah, really good. So
Yeah.
congrats.
But if you're trading tickets, you have to, and you got the free ones. Let us all be on the same page. You have to have the paper.
The free
that
ones,
is
the
embossed,
giveaway.
the free ones.
The giveaway at
Yeah.
the Civic Center. If you
The
got them from the
free
giveaway at the
ones.
Civic Center, you have to have the paper. If not, you can screenshot a code and stuff like that, but it's only going to be able to be scanned once. Once
Right.
it's scanned once, goodbye, not valid.
So
Purchased
last
from a reputable source.
Yes.
last night, I didn't even make it to the stage, which is I'm gonna say
first?
one time in history of Festival of Lakes. There's hundreds of shows we've done.
So maybe
Only
Black
one
Panther.
time I haven't made it to the stage. I mean, that's fine with me. I don't give a shit.
That's
I just
in-
don't.
that's
I'm
not
like, hey,
true.
I wanted to kill people because I'm
Oh my
I'm
God.
I'm the mayor. It's like that stage that the band is playing. First off, so we're talking about the Brothers Osborne themselves are so awesome. They're so like engaging, beautiful. You could just tell they're beautiful people. Like I couldn't believe when I met him. I couldn't believe I was talking to the guy because I was just talking to this super cool dude. And then I walked away and everybody's like, dude, you were just talking to Brothers Osborne. And I'm like, what? Because I just saw this guy and I was just being the mayor, like, hey, man, what's up? Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. And he was so cool. And I'm like, wow, what a cool guy. And then I leave and I found out I was talking to the guy.
And they sounded awesome.
Oh, my God.
God, they sounded
Yeah.
They remind me of Billy Strings, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. If I wasn't so mad, I could have enjoyed the show. But their band, their road crew ruined it for me. The main guy, well, I don't even think he was the main guy. But what you see sometimes when they have their traveling crews with them is even though they're super cool, their crew is a bunch of dicks.
Like somebody's got a heart on.
Yeah. They're like, I am powerful. This stage is mine. I am all powerful on this stage, right? But these people often don't get the big picture. It's like, we just paid a lot of money to your bosses, and the people that paid that money, we recognize them so that they keep paying us money so that we can keep having these shows. And this stage you're on, tour manager, this stage, I freaking built that stage. And everything about this night, we spent millions of dollars to get to this point. So this guy goes up there and he's dictating to me what I can and can't say.
And
And
how
he's
many
like
minutes
telling
you're
me,
gonna have.
and he's telling me like, you're only going to do this. You're only going to, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I'm like, literally like, look, I'm like, fire is burning in me. And I'm like, I got really, really pissed off. Like, I think it was one of the more epic Tom McDermott gets pissed off at the fest. It's distasteful to me to hear some little, like if the artist himself is saying it to me, but I got this little,
Yeah, guy.
yes,
telling
me what I can and can't do. And I'm like, what if Brothers Osborne went up on stage and right before they took the stage, I was like, hey, Brothers Osborne, I'm the mayor. You got to listen to me. You can't sing this song.
Well, not
you
even
can't
you.
sing-
What if it was like me
Right.
telling him that? Right.
You
Or
can't
like,
sing this song. You can't sing this song. We don't want you to cuss,
Yep.
and I don't want you to play the banjo. Other than that, have a great time. Go out there right now. Have a
like
great
if one
time.
of your people, one of your
Right.
assistants did that
right.
to them.
And then they'd be like, it would fuck them up. They'd be
course.
in their head like, what the?
Right.
Like, who the?
Right.
What the? That's what I was doing. I was literally going out there to talk to the crowd. And this little freaking weasel
And welcome
peepsqueak-
everybody like you do
pipsqueak.
every night.
Right. And I'm like, the host.
Yeah.
I'm the freaking host.
And I think that's
and this guy is like dictating to me. You can't say this. You can't. Your people can't be. And listen. I hate to break it to you, dude. I'm a rock and roll guy. My people don't even fucking care about tonight, right? So he's making it out like, I'll let you bring your people on stage. F you, buddy. You're gonna. Oh, thank you for letting me. Like, what a jerk
Yeah,
off.
I think that's the thing that people forget, and especially the people on the road crew and production folks, is that like this is a festival set. It's not a stadium set. This is a city where it's important, where the mayor is visible and he gets on and he welcomes everyone. It's part of the deal.
We've done hundreds of shows.
Yes.
People are used to it. You know what people were asking me last night? Why weren't you throwing
Right.
T-shirts? Like,
Right.
why aren't you on the stage? Because that asshole right there.
Wrong question.
That asshole, like Napoleon dictator on the stage, thinks that he owns the stage, right? And so, like, I'm in a weird spot. I could have been a total dick, and I could have been like, listen, fuck off.
Right. Or
I'm
the
gonna do
show's
what
not
I want,
going on.
right?
Right.
But like, I didn't want to like be a
course.
brinksman. So instead, I just went out in the crowd by myself, and I was on fire, man.
Fired up. Well, I knew you were pissed when you were like, I just went to my car for 5 minutes.
I went to
was
my
like,
car,
oh, God.
closed the door, and I sat in my car, like no radio, nothing. I just sat there for like 5 minutes, just like calm down, because I was freaking pissed off, man. I can't remember being that mad at Festival of Lakes, including Black Crows. I wanted to freaking kill this guy. I was like, who the hell? Like, seriously? You're coming into a city, you're talking to the mayor, disrespectfully telling the mayor what he can and can't do. Like, fuck off. And then I pointed this out to promoter also, okay? All due respect. Like, seriously, because we're talking about it. All due respect. That band last night sold the fewest amount of tickets all week.
Yeah.
By far, by the way. By far. And I'm not saying they weren't great. They were great.
Yeah.
And they were nice people, but they did sell the fewest amount of tickets by far. Like, I get it. Lil Wayne sold $1 million worth of tickets. If Lil Wayne wants to tell us to, we have to hop on 1 foot all night, I'll hop on 1 foot all night. Because it's Lil Wayne, he sold $1 million worth of tickets. Like, we're bending over backwards with the most pain in the ass is the group that sold by far the fewest amount of tickets.
And again, I think like you said, the band was great. It's just that sometimes
band
they
was
get,
nice
they get
and great.
staff that is not. you
So
know?
Kevin, that's what goes back to my question earlier. You were talking about Ja Rule and his manager. If
Yeah.
you're a great person, like these guys are, the Brothers Osborne themselves, I didn't talk to the band, but themselves, some of the more charming artists I've ever met in my life. Super cool, super engaging, nice people. Don't you want your staff to reflect you?
Mm-hmm.
If you're super nice and charming and, and then you get a bunch of assholes to represent you, it's like, what the hell are you doing?
Or do you hire a bulldog to handle all that so that you can be the nice person?
That means deep down inside you're not a nice person.
There
But
you
I
go.
didn't get that from them. What I got from these guys is super like high charisma, just great people.
And they put on a great show, and I think everybody enjoyed it. Well, hopefully that's the only bump in the road during Fest. We've had a great couple nights from a fan perspective, I think. Tonight's going to be great with Stone Temple Pilots. We got Local H as the opener.
Yeah, man.
And then tomorrow, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, man.
With Trina opening.
Oh, yeah.
And then El Flaco.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Luis
wish I
Angel.
could. I wish I could. Yes, good job on that. And I wish I could remember the opener. It's a long name,
Yes.
and I don't remember. But
Yeah.
listen, we're going to do ads.
You guys start the ads. I'm going to go grab
Festival of
the
the
name guys.
Lakes.com for your silver section tickets for tonight. And Mayor's going to go get his sub buddies, and we are going to do ads. Misprint Printing. Misprint specializes in delivering the highest quality signs and printing on time and under budget. Misprint's experience in technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing and sign solutions. Rick Baltonsberger and his team have served Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana for over 30 years. 2 convenient locations to serve you in Munster and in Hammond.
The Ron J. Prestimer Insurance Agency has been located for decades right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide variety of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestimer Agency serves over 1,000 people and businesses in all Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron, Ronnie, or Michael at 219-844-0103.
That was the right voice for an insurance agency.
Yeah, thought
John.
season finale, let me get one in.
Nailed it.
Thank you.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
Ku Klux is law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Who are you going to call? Ku Klux, that's who. Your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana, Illinois. I made that up myself, guys. Isn't that good? That Ghostbuster stuff. Do you need legal representation by selling real estate?
You just get in here. Please validate him, guys.
Who are you going to call? Kuklakis, that's who. Do you need help forming your business? Who you going to call? Kuklakis. Did you get injured in a car crash or at your job? Don't call Smith Sursick. Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue is, call Kuklakis Law at 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Hablamos Espanol.
Bug Guy Pest Control. Warmer temperatures mean unwanted guests such as ants, spiders, wasps, mosquitoes, and more. Shut down their party before they get started. A comprehensive pest plan from the Bug Guy will help you enjoy the great outdoors as well as the indoors all summer long. To solve your pest problems or start a preventative plan, call the Bug Guy today and tell the pest he's on the way. Call Brian at 219-810-7481.
Calumet Brewing. Whether you're on the golf course, like later on today at the Festival of Lakes,
Yes,
9 o'clock.
don't forget that.
Yeah.
9 o'clock shotgun start.
or you're just spending the day in the sun, Michelob Ultra with only 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and 4.2% ABV is the perfect beer for a summer day. Michelob Ultra brews a light lager that's worth every single sip. Don't just drink it, enjoy it. You can also head over to the Michelob Ultra website and social media pages for details on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
Powering America. Looking for a new career in 2023? Looking to earn a competitive wage? Looking to gain valuable hands-on experience as an electrician? If you are, then I got the answer for you. Oh, did we mention employer-paid benefits? I always mess this up. Including health insurance, pension, annuities? If so, visit jacked697.org. That's JACT697.org. That's Powering America, and it's sponsoring by Powering America. Sponsors of LockPod from Season 1. Thank you, Powering America. Jacked697.org.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly... I'm usually pretty good at this. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outside patio. Our brewing equipment offers a unique backdrop for your private event like weddings, reunions, and corporate parties. Byway is conveniently located just off 8094 at the Kennedy Ave South Exit. Come on by. You may see Ja Rule while you're there and enjoy Byway's award-winning beers and unbeatable menu. For more information, check out bywaybrewing.beer.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give them a call and schedule your consultation today with somebody who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-5544-LAW. That's 219-5544-LAW. Or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, who have been staples at the fest this year so far, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
TikTok underwear. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, one more ad. We don't want to...
Last ad of the season.
Last ad.
Here it comes.
You sure you want me to wrap this up?
Oh,
Please
yeah.
do it. Please do it.
When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 54 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com, 219-933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce two war heroes, two veterans, two submariners, good friends of mine.
Man, I feel honored.
Two gentlemen I've known since they were, like, I was older than both. I am older than both of these guys. And when they got to the boat,
fatter.
I am
Wow,
definitely
I love it. This is already starting out.
Here we
awesome.
go.
This is
Jay and
already...
Trey, who drove in and they rented an Airbnb in Hammond.
Yeah.
You guys
I think
at
it's
4
illegal.
a.m.?
I thought you couldn't do that.
I didn't want to break that.
We
to 'em.
didn't rent an Airbnb.
You did.
No, we
Are you
crashed
squatting?
with a really good friend of ours.
There you go.
There we
It
go.
was amazing.
What's up?
And shout
So
out-
this is Che. Hey, Che, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Introduce yourself. That's it. I tell everybody your nickname.
Well, Che is my name. Unfortunately, my parents were revolutionaries in their own mind, and
But you when you first got to the boat,
Che
we all called you
Guevara.
Mikey, though.
yeah. Well, see, here's the thing: is I know how people know me.
Uh-huh.
If people call me Mike, it's only like my military friends or friends of my dad.
See, I called you Mikey.
Yeah,
Mikey. Like, because, honestly, how old were you when you got to the boat?
I reported to the boat right after my 18th birthday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
like literally, like
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
And you're
He
the
was-
old guy at what, 20?
I was like 23, and I was like, oh, you freaking kids, you know?
Dude,
Dude,
get his beer.
when
No,
you
he
got
never
there,
did that.
I
Tom,
probably
no.
did. But you were...
Hey,
you
before
were
we
a
start,
kid,
I
yeah.
just want to say I don't want you on this table. I want you to go stand out there. I don't care if you're the mayor or not.
I'm about to wrap this season up. All right.
So I want
Jay's
you.
like,
I need
these
you
are the
over
rules.
there.
All right,
in the
Trey. I want to
corner.
introduce Trey real quick before you start taking over, my man. What's up, Trey? How's it going, bud?
Hey, everything's great, man.
Hey, pull up the microphone to your face, guys.
Okay, all
yeah.
right, all right.
Yeah.
How's that a little better?
So you
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds
how you doing,
sexy.
buddy? I know you do.
Now I can
Yeah.
hear myself. That's
Yeah.
I sound sexy on the air.
You,
Yeah, you
oh, dude, you are sexy. You are. You're a good-looking dude.
With that nut roll in your hand.
Yeah,
Looking
man.
good, man.
Jill,
Nut roll.
Jill
Jill
made
made
it.
it.
Jill made it. Yeah. So
really?
where you from,
Wow.
Trey?
Oh, I'm originally from Long Island, New York, but I've been in.
I did not know
Washington,
that.
D.C. Oh,
What
yeah.
part?
Long Beach, Long Island.
No way. Did you
Yeah.
know Marissa and Trisha are from there? I'm sure you guys talked about
We
that.
talked last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
You
you've been in
mean
DC,
Wednesday.
Trey, how long?
Woo, maybe three decades, 30
Wow.
years.
Holy
maybe.
God.
So
30
you
years
grew up
now.
on like what made you want to move to DC?
Oh, the family.
But you also
I was with family.
Shay's also in DC, so like and you guys were good friends, right?
It's weird how that happened too, because I used to come visit him in D.C. when we were in Norfolk. We used to always drive up, and then I fell in love with the city.
Yeah.
I've always.
So you're not originally from DC?
No, I'm from Memphis, and
Okay.
and I split time between Memphis and Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were in Norfolk, we used to drive up to visit Trey, and I used to love it. I used to love it then. And then when I got out of the Navy, I went to visit my cousin Will, and I just fell in love. I literally came back to Chicago, and I don't know if people remember. I feel like an old guy now. You remember the
You are pretty old.
the winter of '94?
Yeah, I remember
So-
when we got out.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, Jay and I got out of the Navy at the
Yeah.
same time.
So
I
that
rem-
winter '94, I remember Chicago was like 30 below for 2
Dude,
weeks
it was
straight.
snowy like crazy that year,
Lakeshore,
too.
So
Lakeshore
cold.
froze over.
Yes, Lakeshore Drive, you couldn't drive.
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it was
terrible.
ridiculous. Like
Terrible,
cars
terrible,
were
terrible.
encased in ice,
Mhm.
and then I went to visit.
That's right. That blizzard was.
Yeah,
that
it was
year. That's right.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I went to visit my cousin in DC, and Trey had already made inroads. I already loved the city, and I was like, I literally came back to Chicago, put my 2 weeks notice in, and I've been in DC since then.
No
You
kidding.
know, I always am curious on enlisted guys why they joined. So I want to hear from you
Oh,
guys.
that's a
like,
good question, Kevin.
Why did you guys join the
I
Navy?
like
How
this.
old were you, and why did you join?
Okay, let's go with Trey first.
All right, Trey.
Well, I've got a long family history of being in the Navy. And my father was in the Navy. My grandfather's in the Navy. So
Wow.
it just seemed like the right thing to do. And, they seduced me, coming out of high school is, the nuclear program, it's fantastic. So,
Mhm. That's how they got me.
I scored well, qualified, and I said, yeah, it's cool. Submarine sounds cool. So that's where I started out, nuke school.
I did not know that.
Yeah, started out. nuke
Where'd you go?
school. Orlando.
Yeah.
It was like a fucking
I
resort.
didn't know you
It
started.
was.
I didn't know you
No,
started.
it's a
Why have a
podcast.
school
You can
in
say whatever you
Orlando?
want.
You can't say fuck on here, man.
Navy guys never swear. We've noticed that about Tom.
As soon as I get on here, they say fuck.
So,
I didn't know you started at Nuke.
started nuke school. Yeah,
did not know
with
that.
Steve Maines. Remember Steve Maines on the
Oh,
boat?
yeah.
So did you ended up in the torpedo room, right?
No,
No.
ET 40
ET, that's right, my
40 T
bad, my
with
bad.
with Hubler. You probably know
Yeah,
Hubler
man.
and Zolna, all those guys.
Hubler went to our reunion. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that. I want to go. I haven't seen him since the boat, so I need to see
Hubler went to a reunion.
Yeah.
So okay, so
yeah.
Jay, how about you?
For me, it was a way just to see a way out. And
Yeah?
it was. I kind of always had a foot in. I was always a smart kid in school, but I always kind of had like a foot in the streets and a foot in school.
Really?
I actually used to get.
Were you a
paid.
bad kid?
Huh?
Were you a bad kid?
I
I
was
wasn't. I wasn't.
I
wasn't a good
no.
kid.
I was a smart dummy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So like I used to like.
I was a smart dummy. That's a good way to
I
put
was
it.
an athlete. I used to do everybody's work and charge them. I
Nice.
didn't do it for free. I used to charge kids to do the
You're an
papers for them.
entrepreneur.
Oh yeah.
So
I used to-
Trey, if you had a foot in the streets and kind of like, what made you say like, you know what, the street life it's good, it can do it, but I want a way out.
a friend of mine got killed.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was like, yo, this is.
Kevin, I've known these guys for 25, 30 years, and I've never heard this story.
It's all about asking the
But, I
right
mean,
question.
you don't.
Kevin,
wear-
you're like Oprah.
You are. They're opening up. Like Jay's got a tear coming down his cheek right now. You can't see that.
No, but
on
this,
our
is,
house.
this is really this is interesting to me.
We can't say
It is
that.
interesting.
This is interesting
Yeah.
to me.
No,
you get
but-
canceled for that, man.
Okay.
Did you know you could say China man, but you can't say China man?
No, you
Did
can't
you
say
know
Chinaman.
Chinaman, one word? No.
What-
But
Can't
China
change
man?
that vowel.
First of all, who the fuck says Chinaman?
John.
John.
John, you dirty bastard.
All right, so we were talking about the horrible
yeah. So
Yeah. So and then so like kind of like Trey, I had an uncle, my favorite uncle in the world, who was phenomenal. And it's funny because we're on Submariners, and he was a sub hunter. He was a spook on P3s. Which
By the way, spook is military
I
term.
just love all
Right.
these
No.
military terms.
Spook is military.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a military.
Say
You
that
said that. I
again,
like
Trey.
spit my fucking coffee out. This is a military term. I want everybody to know that. Spook
is an intelligence person.
Thank you. They
Yes.
subs. Okay. So,
Yeah,
like,
so-
I haven't heard that term in so long.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
like,
And it's funny because for someone who's supposed to be intelligence, they're supposed to be invisible, and he's like 6'5" and 300 pounds. And
This
the
is your
loudest,
uncle?
Yes, and the
Okay.
loudest guy in every room he ever goes into. So
Interesting.
there's no way. I'm like, how? The
okay.
hell were
Can
you
I
so-
summarize? Like, that's the longest fucking
Well, I want
answer I've ever.
I want to find out though. Did your uncle say like, man, you got to join?
No. My buddy got killed, and then I was like,
How did he get killed? Was it gun violence?
Yeah.
No shit.
You
man.
know, I mean, it wasn't a bag of nickels. They definitely
God.
came through, and I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to figure out a way. And my parents weren't well off, so I knew I had to figure out a way. So I dropped out of high school.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys know. I dropped out.
No, I didn't know that.
I dropped
but
out.
you like I know
To
that
join?
Yeah, my senior year, I was like,
you had to get your parents.
I got to get the fuck
You had
out
to
of
get
here.
your parents to sign for you then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. My parents.
Your
knew I was-
parents could sign you up for the military.
Yeah.
If you were volunteered and your parents signed off on it, there was
Right.
a number of people that did that.
Yeah.
There was like when you get to the boat, you were like 17, right?
Yeah,
Or just 18?
and I always like I said, I always had something going on. I always had money coming in. I always had things going on, and my mom knew I wasn't an idiot. But I had to get out of there. I had to get out of Memphis, and I was like,
Jay, that's my story, man. Totally. I was smart, but I was dumb.
Yeah,
I skipped
exactly.
school way too much. When I was a kid in California, I almost cut every single day. I had to go like the last month straight, or else I would have not graduated.
Wow.
I
So
think
like
that's the
I was
thing-
a smart dummy.
That's the thing that's amazing to me is so many men and women that we talked to that were in the military said the military saved my life in the sense
Yeah.
that it got me straight, got me thinking the right way. I mean, you guys are all successful,
But,
and
like,
I'm sure part of that is because of the Navy.
But all of us were like, I needed the Navy. Like
I
I would not be
100%.
Tom McDermott right now.
I mean,
but that's
these
the
two will
Navy.
tell you that I was a soup sandwich. Like I was a total fuck up my first 3 years.
Nah, you
Yeah,
were-
I got it together the last
Dude,
year.
I was
And I was always-
you
and-
guys were
but,
my buds.
Finish strong, Chase.
I was always a good sailor,
Right.
But I did dumb shit. Like I always did, like pushing authority, fighting people. And,
That's why we got along.
Yeah,
We all
I was,
did.
I was always an idiot.
Wasn't it weird on the submarine? Like the whole with especially at back aft. See, I worked in the engine room. These guys worked forward. But there was one attitude that prevailed on the boat. It was like we called it lifers versus non-lifers, right?
Yeah.
The lifers were like the ones that we hated because if you liked your job and you were like you looked good and you had like nice ribbons and your shit was ironed, we tore you to pieces, right? Right?
It was an insult to be called a lifer. It's an insult.
It wasn't. It was not a term of endearment. You're like, fuck off, lifer, right? That was. You
And
hear
the problem
stuff like-
is they were the good sailors. We were the fucking idiots.
but we were in charge of the ship. That was the thing. Like,
Yeah, but
there
we
was
ran
more
the,
of us than
we
them,
ran the
right?
boat.
Oh
Like,
yeah, there was more of us than
we,
them.
We ran the boat.
So Che, what was your job in the Navy?
So I started. When I went to the recruiter, they just thought I was another dumbass kid off the street. And they're like, "Hey, come over here, dummy." They gave me aviation ordnanceman. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
You're loading bombs on the planes.
Loading bombs, right?
Boiler tech, which it's 120 degrees
Yeah, man.
all day at your job. You're basically shoveling coal into the
Right.
There's no coal machine.
Right.
But then after I tested, they were like, "Oh shit!" Then they picked up the book off the top, like, "Oh, here's these jobs you're available."
They're like,
So yeah,
Like blowing the dust up in here.
so and then I submarines got paid more. My uncle was in the Navy, and he was
Was
like,
it an extra $100?
yeah,
Yeah, we heard
Killed
that
it.
story.
You know what, guys?
Killed
It's so funny to hear you say that. A couple weeks ago, somebody asked me, "Why'd you go on subs?" I'm like, $100 a month, man.
what?
Why did I go to dive school? $100 a month, man. That shit adds up after a while. They're like, I want you to jump out of airplanes. $100 a month. I'm like, line me up. Let's go.
Right.
Tom was always a cool dude, though. He was always like everybody's big brother, and like everybody kind of looked up to him because he was like he said, he was like, he wasn't a lifer, but he knew his shit. And the thing about on submarines is you always depend on everybody to do their job to keep you alive, and that was the common thread. It wasn't about I like you, I don't like you, this that, and the other. It's like, do your job. Do your job. Are you qualified or not qualified? That was the whole thing.
That
It's
was
like,
a huge
It's
thing.
like if you have your fish or not. I mean, I am tattooed on me because it means so much to me. It's like, if you have your fish or you don't have your fish, and
That
if
is
you do
so
your-
huge.
Yeah, you do your
What's
job.
your tattoo? What is that?
This is the. I'm an idiot.
No, I
at
love
that
it.
point.
That's cool.
And
You got tattoos, Trey?
No, not a one.
Me
That's a
neither,
Navy.
man.
Is
I'm
that,
clean.
that's a Navy
You
tattoo.
don't either, do you?
yeah, that's the submarine warfare pin.
Oh wow, that's cool.
If he did that shit in the Navy, we would have tore his ass.
Oh,
He got that
killed
after
him.
he
Yeah,
got out,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah,
That's some lifer shit right
That-
there.
That's some
some
life
lifer
shit. Thank you, Trey. That is some,
Had
if
to
he
be
did that
said. Had
shit
to be
back
said.
then,
Oh my
we would've
God!
taken
Could you imagine me showing up to the boat?
you would have been dead.
Oh
you would have
my
been.
God.
Nobody would do that. I got for like 15 to 20 years. I didn't even wear my Navy shit because I was afraid you guys would see a picture or something. I'm not even kidding, dude. Because like when I got out, we had these things we called snob ceremonies. The shortest nuke on board.
Yep.
It would be a blowout party, and they would burn your shit. They would
Yeah.
tear your uniform off and burn your shit.
Yeah, I had a uniform burning party.
Yeah.
when
So
got
like
out.
I get out,
and
my
I'm
kids
so
are
mad
like,
now. Like I wish I still
Right.
kept
so
that stuff.
stupid.
too.
My kids are like, Dad, can I have your uniform? I'm like, oh, my friends got drunk and burned that shit. Sorry. Like, yeah. Were you guys ever scared? Underway, Trey. Were you ever scared when we were underway?
I don't remember any fear really. Yeah, the fire drills.
Yeah, man.
Those drills. I mean,
But
That's
they're
scary.
intense. It's not really scary, but it's kind of. I mean, it's intense.
But you're trained over and over, so it's like it's repetition. The only time I was really scared, and I don't know if we can even talk about it, is when we were
Let's go.
doing.
Nobody's listening.
No one's
Exactly.
listening.
And I think at this point it's all declassified. But
Right, our submarine's old technology
yeah,
now. Right?
super old.
Right.
Can you imagine?
No, I know.
And we were following a ship, and we got popped.
I remember that.
What does that mean? Just so you
They
explain
found
to
us.
everybody.
So we were
Dude,
off the.
I don't
coast-
know if we could talk
Yeah,
about this,
yeah,
actually.
exactly.
Yeah, we were.
We were off the coast of Virginia.
Right.
There you go. All right,
I
we
told-
want to talk about location.
I've told you this story
Yep,
before.
yep.
And our freaking captain got in trouble for
Yeah,
that.
we were somewhere we weren't supposed to be,
And we were found.
and we were.
Were you on the boat then, Trey?
I don't think
What
he
year
on-
was that? That was
Northern
90
run. It was a northern run.
It was a-
No.
Yeah.
That was 91. You guys.
And that northern run
that was
was-
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was our old captain.
That northern run was.
Lemke?
Oh, that asshole.
Yeah. He.
Hey, I am the
That was
only
his
person
last-
on the boat that went to captain's mast under 3 captains.
Did you
Thank
really?
Yes, I did.
I was a good boy. I never went to captain's mast. Captain's mast is. Did you ever? You got in trouble?
Oh, did I?
Man, dude, you were a bad kid.
I was.
Good for you, man. Look at you. But now it's amazing though. Look at you now. What do you do now?
I managed one of the a luxury brand steakhouse, actually one of the largest ones in the country, and
Which one?
I don't want that.
Okay, I don't see that tattoo on you, buddy.
For what?
By the way, you're doing a good job, man. You're,
Successful.
But you know the thing about the Navy, like with that when we got popped, it was real world. Like we had to
Oh.
literally go and hide for days.
we were dead in
like
real
if
war.
you weren't on duty, you were in the rack, and that, because you can't make any noise.
Remember how they did this? See, I bet I've told a lot of these stories, and people think I'm full of shit.
No,
probably.
no.
How would they tell us to be quiet? Remember?
No.
Half the lights.
Oh no, yeah, no. Dude. Like if you were non-essential,
Rick for Red.
and I was an essential because I was a plainsman. I was battle station plainsman, so like I was like 20-something hours
They
like
steered
driving the boat. But if you were not working, you were in the rack. You like, and they even remember you used to mess with the oxygen levels to make people go to sleep.
Yeah. I
so-
wouldn't do that, but yeah.
But we
had people.
literally had to hide like for days.
They would also crank up the oxygen levels for
Yeah,
field day.
for field day, yeah.
Just like at the casino.
after a fire drill. Remember they do a
Yeah.
fire drill,
Yeah,
get
man,
y'all
that sucked.
adrenaline going,
I
and
hated
then
field day. This is how field day would affect you. Field day is everybody cleans, no matter what. If you're not on watch, you clean. So like we're on schedules, 18-hour days, and it's regimented. So like during your 6 hours before watch, you're supposed to be sleeping because you got to stay up for at least 6, probably 12 hours, right? So if you miss that sleep period, you cycle. We called it getting cycled. You'd be up for like 36 hours straight. And if they had field day and that happened to be your 6-hour sleep period, we're just screwed.
Tough shit.
Tough shit. So you'd go into the builds and go to sleep.
I just think it's amazing that like to not get detected, you literally have to like Chase said, hide, quote unquote hide, and you guys are literally being quiet on the
Walking
boat.
around in
like,
tennis
can't
shoes?
even like right can't drop a wrench, anything like that.
Shit,
Yeah,
they would kick your ass.
to
if you
this
dropped your
day,
wrench.
at 50-something years old, there's certain things that still trigger me. Like my wife and I were driving cross country, and there was how a coin will get in the tracks of your car, like in the seat,
yeah.
and like it was just going. And I literally, my wife thought I was nuts. I like pulled over to the
over.
side of the road.
Yeah, I
I'm
gotta
like
find
tearing
this
the entire car out. Like metallic noises
Yeah.
drive me nuts. Loud noises, hard walkers drive me nuts because
Oh, yeah.
we're all for that was
Trained, right?
because it's your life. It's literally like we're at the bottom of the ocean, and if somebody makes noise, you're done, and you get
Wow.
it gets ingrained in you.
Trey, how about you? Anything still lingering?
No, just being in closed spaces.
Could you do it anymore? Like I remember when we went back to the decommissioning, and I walked around that sub, I was like, how the fuck did I do this?
Man.
I have no idea
Exactly.
how I lived for 4 years on
How
that
long
thing.
off after you guys were off did you do the decommission? It's like 20 years off?
It was about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, it just got decommissioned. Not
It was
too
like
long
10 years ago.
ago. Yeah.
Because I remember I saw Bucky for the first time. Bucky's supposed to be here right now, and
What happened to it?
I don't know.
But
But
around.
yeah,
Around.
what were we gonna ask?
No, I was just I was gonna ask them. I don't even remember what I was.
I know
gonna
what I was gonna ask.
John,
Yeah.
go.
Since we're talking about classified information,
here it comes.
How,
Yeah.
no, how, no,
John,
how,
John, I knew you were a
Here it
scumbag.
comes.
how far away was this sub? Like, how, you were tracking
it did.
We
We
got
got
popped.
we got blasted by active sonar. And
that?
that's,
Oh,
in a real world, John, that means you're dead.
Yeah.
If we were at war, we would have
And-
been. They would have blasted us out
So
of the water.
we
We'd
were
be hanging out
Gotcha,
with Titan
gotcha.
right now.
I know. That's what I was gonna ask him.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
my
do you?
God.
I want to know about what do you? Okay, so we've had a couple episodes with Tom educating our listening audience.
Most of it was true too.
about. No, I think it was. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good. I mean, it really is interesting. What was your guys' take on Titan?
Natural selection. Bunch of rich fucking idiots. Like what?
Yes.
It's like if you take I'm gonna take this minivan and put duct tape on it and drive it with a fucking joystick and then go to the bottom of the road. And by the way, you can pay me $250,000. I tell you what, anybody that wants to pay me $250,000, I'll take you out to the Marsh golf course in the bottom of I'm gonna build a ship and you can pay me $250 and we'll go out there. I mean,
Trey, did you get asked tons of questions about it?
No, not
Really?
at all. No,
I had
no.
so many people talking to me about submarines. It was like natural because everybody knows I'm a submariner. So like when that was happening, and of course we have a podcast, so we would talk about subs a lot. Which
Right.
I mean, you can get into the technical part of it with so many different, like you got carbon fiber and this, that, and the other, and those things don't match. So submarines are steel, so they're made to cycle. Like when you, I don't know if you guys remember, like when we used to dive, you tie a string across the like. So if you tie
I've
a string
told
from
this story.
this wall to this wall, and once you dive, like by the time you get down deep, that string literally
Touches
is
the ground.
Wow.
because the ship is made to
Yep, it does
expand.
that.
You know, that steel can take thousands of cycles of expanding and contracting. Not carbon fiber and duct tape and screws.
How about this?
wow.
How about I said, you know, what else we didn't have on a submarine? Fucking window.
I hate
we don't have a damn window.
I
He's
hate
like,
when people say, well, "Did you what? What? No,
no,
But that,
no windows.
but again, but
all,
that-
all sonar.
but again, it's just like different composites. Don't like I can't marry this aluminum can with this ceramic cup. Like it's
Right.
there's going to be weak points and there's going to be things that are
Smart dude, man.
Yeah,
You're a smart dude.
I'm done.
So you're saying Titan was kind of a disaster waiting to happen?
It was it used a controller from a gaming system to dive. What fucking sense does that make in any world?
Right.
250 grand.
Coming from a helmsman, by the way, who actually steered the submarine.
I mean,
right?
that makes no sense. It just, I'm like, when I heard about it, and like you said, people like want to ask you about it. I'm like, they're fucking idiots. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Were you on Steelboats Iron Man?
Summary
You were-
comment, John.
You were there before me. You were on Steelboats Iron Man.
No, I think I was I was there when Clancy was on riding because he was riding.
When did you get to the boat? I'm trying to, because you got out before me.
December '89.
I think I got there right at the same time. That's why we
December
got there
89,
literally
yeah.
at the same time. Right.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm
And
telling
Trey, when
so
did you get there?
May 13th, 1991.
Wow.
You got it.
It was
When did you get out?
2:45 p.m.
Yeah, right. When did you get out? When did you get out?
70 degrees.
In 95.
95, so you were
95,
out-
about September 95. Yeah.
So you had 2 years after I left.
It was so
Right,
funny. I
yeah.
remember the day Trey got to the boat.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Because you were happy because there's another
It was
guy
a
below
black
you?
guy.
Keep it real, man.
I'm like,
Keep it
we're
real.
friends. You don't know it yet. We're friends.
Yeah, that's a curious question.
What was
Like,
the demographic breakdown?
I
on
was
our boat,
gonna
you
ask.
think?
I
It
was
was
gonna
definitely
say.
majority white.
We
It was
were-
like,
absolutely.
What,
Well,
80?
I-
80
no, 80. Are you kidding
80,
me?
80 20? No, not
No.
that. Not that strong.
Fuck no.
Probably
How many?
about
There wasn't.
80,
Was
Of a-
there a
of a
lot of?
makeup-
90 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
10%.
not even a lot of Hispanic people, right?
No, Go
I'm trying to
Garcia.
think.
Remember Garcia in the SK Shack?
Oh,
He
yeah.
was one.
I'm trying to think.
Hispanic
Like,
people?
yeah.
We had maybe two. There was Go Garcia, and then there was the kid.
Master Chief Garcia. It was a Master Chief Garcia in the Radio Shack too.
Yes, and then there was that one kid who was a detective. He was kind of awkward, but he was cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
But-
So demographically, it was what 90-10 then.
We- we were-
90% Caucasian.
John, stop being a
10% other. 10% other. Yeah.
John
Yeah.
chirping over there.
Chinaman.
Were there any?
It was
Any-
fun.
Were there any Asians on the boat?
No.
All right.
But it was
Really?
funny because
There
like,
wasn't a lot of Asians on
our
the boat.
boat.
Maybe not one.
No, our boat. We had like 10 black guys. Out
Okay.
of what it would crew was 120 when it was
Wow.
like
120 guys would go down?
and 60 couples.
There's your
will come out.
title.
There's the title.
120 guys go down, 60 couples come up.
That's right.
So sick of that
That's the
joke.
title.
There you go.
And
Good job, Che.
but for us to have we had 10 black guys on our boat, which was unheard of, and we were thick as
You mean
thieves.
as far as that was high for
Oh
boat?
my God, are you kidding me? I think us and maybe the
Well, we were a showboat too.
Yeah, we
right?
were a showboat.
Hyman G. Rickover was named after the father of the nuclear navy.
Yeah.
So if there was a congressman that wanted to go out to sea, he was on our boat. We were
Wow.
like the
Yeah.
showboat.
and it's funny
honestly.
because my nephew just graduated from the Naval Academy. Shout out Cam Kinley,
Damn.
captain of the
Congrats.
football team
Played
and
football
class
for-
president.
Whoa.
That's
Yes.
right. Played
No
football for
way.
the
Yeah,
Navy.
yeah. And
That is awesome.
so they do go to class with your kid, and I had to go, hit all his classes. And there's a huge statue. There's a whole hall
Jaime G?
named after
Jaime
Admiral
G?
Rickover. Yeah.
Yeah, we cursed him a lot of times.
Oh my God.
By the way, Jaime G, he married a woman that was like 30 or 40 years younger than him too, right? Because she was like our, whatever they
Yeah,
called it,
she's still
sub mom.
alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still alive. And so like,
Was
he
she
was
at the
dead.
decommissioning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude,
she goes to
she's
anything.
like, she
Yeah.
was his nurse or something, right? Because we knew Jaime G's whole life because we would curse him and read all about him, right? But yeah, his wife was way younger than him. But
So I think that, what about today? Do you guys still follow subs today in the Navy, or is it just kind of like
I had
whatever?
Too much going on.
Yep.
I only talk about it when it impresses people.
Which is
Are you
not
guys-
often.
Are you guys
Not
have-
often. Last week it was the bannered week for me.
When I saw
Yeah.
these guys this week, and I've been lucky enough to know you guys through Tom through the years. You guys said you drove in at 4 a.m. to come see Ashanti and Ja Rule. How was the show? How did you like the fest so far?
Yo, first of all, Hammond is dope.
Yeah.
Hammond is dope. I mean,
Thank you.
everybody here has been.
By the way, I like that new tagline. Hammond is dope.
Hammond is dope.
Yeah.
That's going to be the new.
Hammond is dope.
Hashtag.
Hey, put me on the staff, Tom.
I know, right? Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm going to
everybody.
tell everybody that was my idea.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's been so phenomenal. Like I was like, oh, here we go. We're gonna go to Hammond.
Right.
Guess we'll go hang out.
Oh God.
Have you never been here before?
I've never been here.
Not to
before.
Hammond. They met us in Indy.
No, my
during-
cousins lived in Gary, and lived in Chicago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my
Oh, yeah?
cousins grew up in Gary. And
Nice.
I've never been
Well,
to Hammond.
keep going.
But I
about
mean,
Hammond.
everybody. Monica, our next door neighbor, who's phenomenal. She's a mail carrier. She's awesome. The golf course people were. Everybody's just been so phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we came in. I'm not gonna lie. I came in with super low expectations.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
but
we met those.
Yes, we're used to that.
I came to see Tom. I mean that's
That's
the lowest is
That's low.
And just everybody's been so phenomenal. So I mean, just to see what you're building in the city is like all day yesterday on the golf course. Trey and I were just taking pictures, and everybody's so nice, and it's phenomenal. So I think you can't get rid of us now. We're here every
No,
year.
man, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the show was great. It was
Yeah.
great. It was great energy.
Did you get to meet
you
him?
know. I didn't meet. We didn't stay around. We kind of beat the traffic a
Yeah,
little
we
bit.
did.
Good
you know,
thinking.
but,
Good thinking.
yeah,
What
yeah.
all old guys do.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys last night, man, you would have been laughing your ass off at me. I was so freaking mad.
We probably
last
needed
night.
you around to calm him down a
It
little
was
bit.
like
Oh,
old
my
school.
God.
I went to my
No,
car.
the problem is we're all dickheads. So all we would have done was needled him the whole time. Like, Tom, you don't
They would have. They would have.
don't take that, Tom. Go take his banjo.
Yeah, right. So,
Snip a string on his banjo.
Well, before we wrap up, I just wanted to
this is the last
mention
show of the season, guys.
Oh,
I
Two
appreciate it.
couple of important items. Just a reminder that if anybody is interested in coming out to the Oilman Stadium to see Lockpod on remote, we're going to be out there having a Lockpod party at Oilman Stadium in Whiting at 7 p.m. on August 3rd.
Steve at lockpod.com.
I hear that Tom may throw out the first pitch,
Oh,
so
really?
come out to see that.
yeah.
And,
Whether they want him to or not.
That's
I'm
right.
a
He will be
bouncer.
on the stage there doing the first pitch. And then also, this is a new announcement. August 18th, we're going to do a pop-up pod from the porch in French Lick. We've done that the last couple of years.
Whoa.
So we're going to have
Is
a
that
lot
Saturday
of good,
morning?
It's Friday or so. If breaking news, Lockpod, breaking news. August 18th, pop-up on the porch in French Lick.
That's right. You can get your middle of the season fix of
Fix
Lockpod.
of Lockpod. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's Friday, it's going to be August 18th. If it's Saturday, it'll be August 19th. We're going to do a pop-up pod from IDA conference. Always good. Chairman Mike Schmuel of the Indiana Democratic Party invited us again. Thank you, Chairman Mike. And then finally, season 10, double digits, will debut Friday, September 8th.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate
you for
By the
having
way,
us.
like,
Great.
Thank you, Hammond, for having us.
Listen, I appreciate you guys being here during the fest. But what I really appreciate is you guys drove out to see me lose my Senate race. I appreciate that very much. No, seriously, it was really nice.
Well,
of you guys.
it-
I felt
it
bad
was-
because
it
we
was-
hardly even saw each other. It was
Well, you have a great campaign manager.
He's got 2 losses in a row. Did you know that?
I was just the advisor for the last one.
He's crushing.
He's on a 2-game losing
Clean.
streak.
He's
But,
crushing.
I mean,
We haven't lost the series yet.
I think I could do better. I'll be honest with you.
But it's one
I
of the
love
things
Kevin.
that goes with the
You know, I hired Kevin as my campaign manager, and he was just a kid, basically, just like I was. We were both 32.
Pretty
had
naive.
no idea what you were getting into.
No.
Neither of us.
Yeah.
I just knew he was super smart, and he was a good Democrat. And I was like, hey, man, we're a good team. Why don't we just do this? And
Let's
we've
go.
been together ever since.
But I don't know if you remember a conversation we had when you were in D.C. when you were fundraising, and I told you, I says, Tom, are you ready to be a part of the machine and not get anything done?
Yeah.
Because
did say
you're
that.
getting shit done here.
You did say that. I am getting shit
And I
done
said,
here.
so
You're right,
you
man.
can be a part of the machine if you want to come up here. I mean,
Right.
I'd love
You're
to
right.
have you in D.C. We could have a lot of dinners.
Oh, we would
and-
have a. Oh, it would
but,
have been great.
And, you know,
I was planning on moving in with you guys.
dude,
I mean,
I love Marissa. I want, you know, Marissa, I was like, I could see Marissa and my wife hanging out and being great.
Oh, yeah.
But I told you, I says, dude, if you come up here, you're not going to get anything done.
Yep.
At least
Look at
here,
me.
you can see what you're getting done.
That's right, man.
And
Hanging
and
out
it's-
with Ja Rule and Ashanti.
and-
Come on now.
But everywhere we're going in the city, it's just ridiculous. It's like everybody's like, oh, Mayor Tom.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, yeah, we're in town for the festival. Our buddy's the mayor. And they're like, oh, Mayor Tom. Da, da, da. Everybody loves you.
That's
like,
awesome.
even
Really
at the
nice.
golf course, we see your ugly mug in there.
Everywhere. I know. It's like
Been
North
around a
Korea.
while.
It's like North Korea. You know?
Without the
Jong-Tong.
nuclear test going on.
Hey, we love you guys.
Hey, John, do you call Koreans Chinaman?
Yeah, right.
They're all the same, right, to him?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's try not to
Time
get
to wrap
canceled.
up the
Let's
season.
don't get canceled before the end of the season. We want to make it to season 10. So thanks, guys, for being here.
Thank
Love
you
you,
for
man.
having us.
I love you a lot.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking
Love you,
forward to tonight. It's going to be a great show. Stone Temple Pilots, Local H opening.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow is going to be epic with Lil Wayne. Like,
Lil Wayne.
sold out.
Trina opening.
Trina opening for
Trina
Lil
Lil
Wayne.
Wayne.
Is Trina, do you guys know Trina?
We don't know
I
her.
do. Yeah.
Is she good? I heard she was
She's
excellent.
from Memphis.
She's,
isn't she?
no.
The
Well,
baddest
she's
bitch.
huh?
Where's she from?
Right.
Memphis? or
Say it,
Memphis?
Kevin. Say
You
it again.
What'd you say?
No, what's her name?
I like it
You're
better
right,
when you
but
say
you're
it.
so white
Well,
when
you
you
say
say
Could
it.
you please
I'm
say
not
it?
saying it.
Please say
It's
it.
too embarrassing.
Come on, just one.
No, the
She's
baddest
the.
bitch.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
God.
she's
Mrs.
the
Smith is
best.
listening.
Now,
Enunciate.
Che,
She is
now you
pissed.
say it, Che.
The
Not,
best.
not like that.
I know. Say it the right. Say it the right way.
She's the baddest bitch.
There. See.
See, that's how
No,
you say it.
see how
You don't
cool
say
he
it like you
sounds?
said. You don't say it
Yeah.
like you
That
said.
Kevin,
sound cool doing everything. What are you talking about?
That's true, Che.
Jay Vez, thanks for a great season, man. We did a good job. Season 9, I actually think, was one of our best. So if you guys are missing us, go back and listen to season 9. It's some of our best stuff, for sure. And then, Jill, thank you for taking over full dime duties in the studio. We love you and appreciate you.
And we love your nut roll.
And Kevin loves your
Trey
network.
loved your nut roll.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
Thank you.
Kevin Smith, thanks for being my
Always.
assistant. And my assistant, that's a bad way to put it.
Terrible.
Thanks for being my partner in crime.
Offensive.
I was
Insulting.
talking. It is. By the way, I
Say
love
Chinaman
Kevin
again.
Smith. He's my guy. And I was talking to his son last night into running for mayor of Hammond. So
No,
I'll
it's
talk to
not
Janet
happening.
about that later. And
Wow.
yeah, Ethan and I had a great conversation. He was very interested. And then he said, "I'll just hire my dad." And I said, "Your dad's on a 2-game losing streak."
Bad
Dad,
idea.
right? I did point that out for him. So, and then Jay and Trey, thank you guys. I love you,
Thank
man.
you, Tom.
Seriously, you guys are my brothers. We'll know each other the rest of our lives. I know that. And I appreciate you guys being on Lockpod and come back again. So every year you come for the fest, we'll do Lockpod together. And to our fans, thank you. Go out to see us at the fest. We need some time off. We're all out of material. And during this break, it gives us a chance to come up with funny stuff so that season 10 is just as good as season 9. So we love you. We do have like 250 episodes out there. If you miss us, just, spark up one of these old episodes and listen to it. And we'll be back right after Labor Day, and we'll get back to the shenanigans again. We love you. Have a great summer. Stay safe. Be back on Lockpod right after Labor Day. Take care, everybody. Lockpod is out for the summer. Take care.
Fortunate presentation.